the San Antonio Winery near downtown Los Angeles, basic table wines are still produced for the mass market and for immigrant families, just as they were a century ago. Today, those wines account for just a part of the company's sales. Vice President Steve Riboli says the winery produces 500,000 cases of wine every year.
Maybe 50,000 are still of our traditional wines, you could say the traditional wines for the table, but a very big portion of what we do are bottled wines business with a varietal category: Cabernet, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Rieslings.
A modern tasting room introduces wine drinkers to those high-quality wines derived from particular grape varieties. The San Antonio Winery is family-owned. Riboli's father, Stefano, worked here as a teenager in the 1930s. His great-uncle founded the winery in 1917, and today it's one of the few remaining wineries in Los Angeles, which was once home to many Italian immigrant winemakers.
Bootlegging was another sinister development.
The winery survived the national prohibition of alcohol from 1919 to 1933 by getting permission to make sacramental wine for the Roman Catholic Church. Since then, it has adapted to changing tastes and changing markets. Some production is still done at this historic downtown site. Arnaud Debon, one of the winemakers, tests the product at every stage of fermentation. Trained in France, Debon says each grape-growing region and winemaking style creates a different taste.
There is no right or wrong in wine. There is decision of making a style or making another style, using certain products, certain barrels, certain grapes.
Steve Riboli says some of this wine is destined for China and other parts of Asia, home to many new wine drinkers.
We export about 15 to 20% of our items overseas. Today, obviously, China is a huge market.
He says there is also an untapped market of American consumers who don't yet drink wine with their meals. He says that new varieties of light sparkling wines may appeal to them.
So we have a long way to go with a consumer that is just learning how to drink wine in America. Of our 300 million population, there might be 100 million that have either never had wine or say they don't like wine.
Riboli says the next century for this family-owned winery will feature more adaptation, education of consumers, and global marketing. Mike O'Sullivan, VOA News, Los Angeles.